students in our area took some time today to walk out of class, some in honor and memory of the kids who died in Parkland, Florida with the school shooting, but some taking a much more political turn. One freeholder in Camden County actually sent out a note saying it's about time that students fight back against the gun lobby and the NRA. I'm joined now by a young woman, Anna Lewis. She's a student in Woodcliff Lake. Anna, I understand you lost a friend. Did walking out today provide some closure for you on the loss of your friend?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone who was walking was so respectful, and we all had speeches that were planned, and it was honestly just one of the most beautiful events I think our school has ever put on.
Anna, does it bother you that so many adults have tried to politicize the walkout, making this an anti-NRA statement and taking away from the tragic loss of these kids? Because clearly a lot of students out there walking, all they want to do is see our schools safe.
Yeah, honestly, I definitely agree. I think it's ridiculous what some people are doing. How adults are treating this situation is honestly very unfair because these people don't have a voice anymore, and adults are voicing them in a wrong way. And I think that all we need to do is respect these people and remember them.
Do you understand that some of the superintendents across the state decided that it was appropriate to suspend some of the kids that walked out?
I don't understand why any superintendent would think that. This is supposed to be a peaceful walk and remembering all of our loved ones, and I think it's ridiculous that someone would get suspended.
Do you think you would have had as many kids walk out of school if this was done, let's say, before school or after school or on a weekend?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone is trying to pay their respects, and because we lost someone so close to us who lived in our town. So no matter the weekend, no matter before or after school, we definitely have the same amount of students or even more. This Sunday at the Superdome, it is from 5:30 to 8:30, and it's called Live for Alyssa. And we basically have the dance team, we have people making speeches, a slideshow, all for Alyssa. And my friend and I were harmonizing and doing a song called The Climb by Miley Cyrus because it was one of her favorite songs. And Lori's going to be there, and it's basically a place where we're all just going to remember Alyssa and keep her memory alive. We also have bracelets. I have mine. I'm wearing it right now, and it's named Live for Alyssa.
Okay, thank you, Anna.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's bring back the A-plus panel, Lisa Durden, Elora Nanos, and Peter Brown. Lisa, I'm going to start with you. So I think that this walkout is one of those good intention things that seems to have been co-opted by a lot of political agendas. My question would be, how many of these kids would have walked out if they said, hey, we're going to protest on Saturday morning? Or you're going to stay after school to do it,
Not
right?
one
They got a
kid.
couple free periods.
Not one kid.
That's not true.
No, well, I'm just being sarcastic, but I do think there's two things. I think,
Not as many as you saw, though.
Of course not. I do think two things. Number one, there could be a liability if all parents are not on board. So I do not approve of students walking out without their parents knowing. I would like to know, do all the parents know? And number two, I think it's okay if parents know for the students to walk out in solidarity with those other students who got murdered in Florida to make a big statement.
So let me ask you that from a liability standpoint. I mean, you had kids scattered all over. Some school districts said, look, South Plainfield, Sayreville said you're going to get suspended if you do it. They kept control of their schools. How cowardly of the superintendents and the principals that let this happen, knowing that so many kids are just going to walk out of class and not be accounted for?
Well, I don't know that it's cowardly because I think the legal term for this would be assumption of risk. If something happens to these students that are off school property, then they have assumed the risk of that action by putting themselves in that position. And the bottom line is we can't have it both ways. We cannot teach our children to stand up and raise their voices and take an active part in their world and then criticize the way they do it the minute that they try.
I mean, that's our job as parents, as adults, is that, you know what, we could take, we can vote, we can write to our senators, we can call them. That's what I expect them to do. In the walkouts, I understand the intentions of it, but what are the adults doing?
I'm so tired of the comfort level. They are doing the right thing. March out, kids. Keep marching.
But let me ask you this,
Go.
how many of them
Gotta leave it there, guys. Thanks.
Crap.
I know. I go 10 more minutes on this. Are you kidding?